everybody, Bad Dude Will here, and I want to talk about an interview that Giant Bomb recently did with Ultra David of the fighting game scene. They talked about if professional gamers should be considered athletes. My personal answer is yes. We put in the time just like athletes to practice and study our trade, learn, what works best. We study our opponents, learn what their weaknesses are, and try to exploit them. Now, while that is a quick and easy answer, what I'd like to actually talk about on this subject is why is this important? Why is people being called an athlete so important? Well, it's mostly about the legitimacy that comes with being called an athlete. The reason that it's important is because being called an athlete changes a lot of views with companies, with the populace. If companies see that name athlete is attached to gamers, it'll give us some more legitimacy. Basically, they'll look at us like with a more serious tone, and with that, will probably bring more sponsorships. They'll be more able or more apt to sponsor players or video games that are coming out. That way we can get bigger tournaments, have larger prize pools, and in turn, larger audiences. Now, as the populist view goes, I believe that is going to take a longer time to come around. Right now, video game players, while a lot of people do play video games, they're still seen from the big media companies as sort of a childish thing. And as the average age of a gamer grows, this will change. But it's just going to take time, whether we like it or not as gamers. It's going to take, once we start, controlling the airwaves and, we're able to change the populace view on this for it to really change as video gamers are seen. Now, what this is going to help do is turn video game players, professional ones, into people that can actually make a living doing this. There are already people that can make a living doing this. That, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's people that can make a living doing YouTube videos. So, what I'm talking about is football started off as a joke. American football, that is. Before the professional players were seen as people who really didn't have that much of a life, maybe not that much going for them, and they would leave their families and stuff like that behind, hop on a train, and go play for $50 over a week. Or, $50 is a wrong term because $50 back in that day was a lot. But needless to say, they were seen as a very different type of person that they are today. Now they're seen as inspirational heroes, or people that make millions and millions of dollars just doing their trade. And I see video games getting to that point. It's not going to happen overnight, but eventually we will get there, just as football did. I think that the current audience for video games is so large that we will get there. Now, there are a couple of different aspects to this that make it obviously different than football. Football, when you turn on the television, you know what you're going to get. Maybe not the victor, but you understand the rules. You understand, what's happening, why that person got a first down, or why, the other team has the ball. In video games, there's such a different, vast array of video games. There's so many changes between just Dota and League of Legends, the two biggest esports going on right now. Or in fighting fighting games, what are these characters, what series am I watching? So it's a bit of a different beast. So I think that as time goes on, that's going to be adapted a little bit more. Maybe what'll happen is, just as it happens now, people will tune into their particular esport that they wish to watch. Maybe they don't care so much about Call of Duty, but they want to watch League of Legends, so they know that that between 2 and 4 p.m. on ESPN is when this sport's going to be played. I doubt it's going to be on ESPN, but I'm trying to give you guys solid examples. Another big change was Riot Games getting athletic visas for some of their out-of-country players this year. And I believe that this is going to be a standard now. Every time that they do a huge tournament, I wouldn't be surprised if the International had this involved because of, out-of-the-country players play this game. I believe that this is really not a question of if, but rather when. We're just too large to be ignored anymore, and the government has actually already acknowledged that by giving the visas to players of League of Legends. So, but let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I think that we are considered athletes. Let me know if you guys think differently, or if you agree with me, and why do you guys think that it's important? Because that's the real question. So, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Did you like the story? Like the story?